Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nissan build. It's been a little bit of time. I've been running around going to some model shows and trying to get everything organized, but I'm ready to get back to step number 4 of this build, which requires, as we're moving along with it all, we've got we're going to be working on the differential case this time. So we're going to have this big piece D10, this rear diff cover, the C5, and then we're going to have the little wishbone thing here, C18, and then what looks like a tie rod looking thing. I don't know if it is, it might be, and that's D20. So grab some parts and start clipping and cleaning. All right, so it looks like we need the D sprue and we need the C sprue. So I am going to grab some clippers, some tweezers, and see what damage we can do tonight. All right, first part that we're looking at on the directions is C5, which is this little rear diff cover. So let's get that cut out. Got some new glasses and it's taken some time getting used to the fit and feel of them. All right, that one's good to go. That is C5. The other off C is C18, which is this wishbone looking thing here. I may be wrong calling it a wishbone. It's just part of the suspension. I'm by no means anybody who knows a lot about cars. I just like building them and all that good kind of stuff. So trying to adjust my lighting a little bit so you guys can see better. So I'm going to clean up all the little areas that we just trimmed off. Make sure those are all smooth. Get these parts all ready for painting. It's crazy warm here. It was almost 80 degrees today here in Nashville. So I should have the garage open, but if I did that, then I would deal with all kinds of noises from the street. All right, so that one's ready. And then we go to the D sprue, and we needed D10 and D20. So D10 is this big piece right here, which includes the drive shaft. Why they put a sprue point right on the round part of the axle, or not the axle, the drive shaft. I don't know. I guess to challenge us, maybe? All right, so that one is ready for paint. one last part off the D sprue, and that was part D20. So I'll just trim that bad boy off. Okay, so that is ready. So there are the 4 parts that we need for step 4. All right, XF16 is flat aluminum, so we'll be using the LP38 for that. Of course, LP5 for the drive shaft and this entire thing. This piece here is gloss black, so we'll use LP1. And these wishbone arms are the same color as that. So what we'll probably do is paint those first, and then come back, mask them off, and then shoot the X1 or LP1, the gloss black. And this is LP5 as well, semi-gloss black. So 2 LP5, 3 areas of flat aluminum, and 1 of gloss black. So I am going to get some paints ready and try to shoot some stuff. Be back in a bit. All right, quick flashback. We are going to shoot this flat aluminum. I was going to shoot this flat aluminum as well and then come back in and mask and shoot the gloss black. But what I think I'm going to do, since the parts are so small that I have to do flat aluminum, I'm just going to shoot the whole thing gloss black and then come back and hand brush the flat aluminum parts, because I think the LP paint will cover it really well. So gloss black, and then we are painting this semi-gloss black. I just took the end of a little dowel, stuck it down in that little hole, so that way I can grab it and paint it and flip it around. And then the tie rod part will be semi-gloss black too. So I'll go paint those, and then I'll bring them back and we'll glue them to the model. All right, we got everything painted. We got the semi-gloss black. But what I am going to do is I'm going to grab some of my flat black or NATO gray that I like to use. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to paint these boots right here and right here and right here and right here. I'm going to do those kind of flat black NATO gray, so that way they stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to do that here in a minute. I got the tie rod, or whatever you, sway bar maybe. Got that painted. I've got the diff cover painted, the flat aluminum. And I've got the swing arm part, or the, not the swing arm, but you know, the suspension part with the wishbones, the A arms here. And now I'm gonna have to go back in and hand brush those flat aluminum, but I'm letting that dry a little bit while we do the other things. So I'm gonna grab my NATO black, which is my favorite for flat black, which I know I've said before, but just in case you're watching a video for the first time. Some of you that watch my videos are probably tired of me saying that. So grab me an old trusty brush, and we're just gonna paint these carefully. Takes a little time, but when it's done, it just shows a little extra detail. And it's just a matter of just following right around the grooves. Paint just kind of flows right through it. If any of you are watching this and are planning to go to the Atlanticon, the 2023 IPMS show there in Atlanta this weekend, February 25th, drop a comment and let me know what you're taking and competing with, or are you just going to have fun? And I'd love to see what you're taking and chat about it. I will not be able to go this year because my father-in-law is turning 80 and I got vetoed. I was told I'm going to the party. But he's a good man, so it makes it easy to go and celebrate him. So we'll let that dry and see how that works. Looks pretty good. I'll pick out some bolts and do some weathering on some of this. So we can paint, we can actually glue this part now that it's dry. I can get it off the double-sided tape. So we're gonna glue that to the back of, where'd you go? Right here. It's kind of hard to see that. Okay. There you go. Gonna glue that right on there. So we'll take our handy two holes in there, and that just fits right in the two holes. And that is that. And now what we can do, I open the garage door and now I'm getting bugs. Who would have thought in February we'd be getting bugs? But with, I guess, it being 80 degrees outside. I'm going to grab some Tamiya panel line accent color dark gray and just kind of run around these bolts and everything in here. And just kind of help those pop a little bit. Kind of helps add a little more definition. I've got to see if I can find any pictures of this cover, because I'd like to know if those bolts that you see around it, would those be gold? Would those be silver? So that way I could pop those out and make them look a little bit better. There we go. All right. That kind of helped make the definition a little bit better. So I am going to pause the video and wait for this part to dry so I can come back and paint those A-arms. So I'll film this just in case it comes out good and I want to show it. And I can showcase how good this paint brushes, and got a fingerprint right on the part. All right, everything is dried. So we are ready to glue the parts together. We have D10, and I've already glued the diff cover on the back and add a little bit of wash to it. You can kind of see the definition between, not too much. The boots are a little bit different color black than the semi-gloss. So we'll see how it looks when it's all together in one. We have the suspension parts. So that is ready. And we have the tie rod. So, or sway arms, whatever. So what we're gonna do is we glued that section together already, which that becomes this section in the direction. So now we have to glue that straight down onto here. There's a pin here and 2 pins there. And if you flip this over, you have, where are we? You can see we've got a hole here, and a hole in the middle. So that's going to correspond to this pin here and these 2 little pins here. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of glue and touch around there, touch around there, touch around there. Then we're just going to take this and set it down on those pins. Give it a little press. Give it a little press. Gosh, I gotta center it over here. So that is down and gluing. And then we will take the sway arms, and they have a little, on the back of the sway arms here, you have 2 pins right, so I can get up there to show you in the right light. The bottom of those little squares, you have 2 pins, and those 2 pins go right where these little holes are here inside these little tower things. I'm wrong. No, they don't. They go right here in this hole and that hole. So I'm going to fit it down on there. Trying hard not to mess anything else up. All right, so we have that all done and together, all the different colors of black going on there. Semi-gloss, gloss, NATO black, and our flat aluminum. Really liking that piece. So that wraps up that wraps up step number 4. So we're going to go ahead and get ready for step number 5, and I will see you guys in step number 5. Thanks again for checking my videos out. If you like them, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, it's right there as well. I appreciate all my subscribers. If you have any comments, suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. Have a great night.